5 months into the conflict with the United States, the economic impact is becoming increasingly visible on the streets of Iran. From cutting back on food and transport to postponing education and healthcare expenses, the financial strain is reshaping everyday life. Here's a report on how war and inflation are weighing on Iranian consumers.
Iranian households are facing mounting financial pressure as war compounds an economy already weakened by years of sanctions. Inflation has accelerated to 66%, up from 46% before the conflict, while the Iranian rial has weakened to new record lows. Rising prices, slowing business activity, and declining purchasing power are forcing many families to rethink even routine expenses. For many Iranians, balancing daily needs has become increasingly difficult as the cost of living continues to climb. Across Tehran, residents say they are making difficult financial choices every day. Some are cutting back on transport meals, education and healthcare to stay within their budgets, while leisure spending on cafes, restaurants, movies and holidays has largely disappeared.
As for basic necessities like meat, chicken, dairy products and so on, naturally we are consuming less of them than we used to. As I said, everything is becoming more expensive altogether. House rents, shop rents, while at the same time sales are going down. And we're really forced to, well, I'm talking about food, for example, about fruit. Before, people used to say Europeans and foreigners buy fruit by the piece. Little by little, we're now getting to the point where we're buying fruit by the piece too.
Businesses are also feeling the strain as weaker consumer demand hurts sales. In response, many retailers have expanded installment payment options for everything from groceries to medical bills, allowing customers to spread out payments. Economists, however, say these measures provide only temporary relief rather than solving the underlying economic challenges.
Look, Iran's economic problems are so chronic that we cannot say that it is simply the war now. Before the war, we also had chronic inflation. Before the war, we also had sanctions problems and problems with financial transactions. Before the war, we also had this issue of internet shutdowns. So we cannot simply say that the war has caused all of these issues.
Iranian officials continue to promote the country's resistance economy strategy, arguing that the economy has adapted to years of sanctions and external pressure. Temporary ceasefires and diplomatic initiatives have periodically raised hopes of economic recovery, but renewed fighting has repeatedly disrupted those expectations. Economists warn that households are bearing the cost through falling living standards, businesses through higher operating costs, and the government through increased public spending.
Certainly, the most important consequence is a decline in welfare. In any case, people's welfare will decline. The war and the recession that has occurred create uncertainty. The first behavior people adopt in this situation is that they try to buy fewer durable goods. We are currently seeing a recession in the car market. For example, people are less likely to come and buy cars because they prefer to increase their precautionary savings.
While Iran's economy has demonstrated resilience, analysts say the key question now is how long consumers and businesses can continue absorbing the impact of prolonged conflict and persistent inflation. Business Bureau, WION, World is One.